Hello everyone and welcome to my Royal Family Today update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. What is the significance of King Charles' II coronation in Scotland? Complete service information. On May 6, King Charles' coronation was placed at Westminster Abbey, and it was a great display of British pomp and ceremony. The King and Queen were crowned at the Abbey in front of almost 2,000 people and millions more watching on TV, in beautiful velvet robes. They took part in two processions to and from Buckingham Palace and went out onto the balcony for a memorable image while watching a scaled-back RAF fly past. But in keeping with historical tradition, the couple will go through it all again in Scotland on Wednesday, July 5. It is just one of the activities celebrating Edinburgh's Royal Week, though the second coronation will definitely be the highlight. Express.co.uk investigates why the King is having a second coronation, as well as the timings and what to anticipate on the big day. Why is there a second coronation for King Charles? Following the union of the crowns in 1603, King Charles arranges a second coronation in Scotland to highlight the fact that he is not only the King of England, but also the King of Great Britain. The first repeat coronation took place in 1625, following King Charles's coronation in Westminster Abbey. The Scottish Parliament asked that the monarch be crowned north of the border as well. The King, on the other hand, took his time, with the second coronation taking place at Holyrood in 1633. After King George IV's coronation in 1822, the tradition was suspended until Queen Elizabeth II reinstated it in 1953. King Charles is following in the footsteps of his mother by attending a second coronation in Scotland. What are the pivotal events? Scotland's First Minister, Republican Humza Yousaf, issued a formal statement confirming some of the important events. Scotland will welcome the new King and Queen in July with a series of coronation events, he stated. A people's procession, a royal procession, a national service of thanksgiving, and a gun salute will all take place in Edinburgh. The person's procession will take place from Edinburgh Castle to St. Giles Cathedral and will include around 100 persons representing many elements of Scottish society. Dogs Trust, the Boys Brigade, the NHS, and the Samaritans are among the organizations collaborating. The Royal Regiment of Scotland, its mascot Corporal Cruachan IV, a Shetland pony, and cadet musicians from the Combined Cadet Force Pipes and Drums, 51 Brigade Cadet Military Band will accompany them. King Charles will lead a royal procession from the Palace of Holyrood House, Scotland's formal royal palace, to St. Giles Cathedral. They will be escorted by the Royal Regiment of Scotland and followed by the Prince and Princess of Wales, known as the Duke and Duchess of Rothesay in Scotland. At 2:15 p.m., the new king will be presented with the honours of Scotland, including a second crown, during a national service of thanksgiving at the cathedral. The honours of Scotland are the earliest crown jewels in the United Kingdom, and they include some of the most important items of Scottish royal regalia, such as a crown, sceptre, and sword composed of gold, silver, and precious stones. They are from the late 15th and early 16th centuries. The soldiers and police will accompany them to the royal procession, which is usually held at Edinburgh Castle. King James first wore the crown of Scotland at the coronation of 9-month-old Queen Mary of Guise in 1543. It was last used following Queen Elizabeth's death, when it was put on her coffin at a liturgy at St. Giles Cathedral prior to her funeral last September. During the service, King Charles will be presented with the historic crown jewels. The service will also include the Stone of Destiny, popularly known as the Stone of Scone. For centuries, the historical artifact has served as a seat at the coronation of Scottish monarchs, and it was utilized in King Charles' service in May. One of the most prominent aspects of the ceremony will be the presentation of the King with the new Sword of State, the Elizabeth. It was commissioned to replace the old Sword of State, commonly known as the Papal Sword, which was given to King James IV by Pope Alexander VI in 1494. Because of its fragile state, the original sword can no longer be used. When is the second coronation, and what are the times? On Wednesday, July 5, King Charles will be crowned for the second time. It will be the first coronation in Scotland since the king succeeded to the throne on September 8, 2022, following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Other events will follow, including many engagements on Thursday, July 6. This tour includes stops at the Great Tapestry of Scotland, the Loch Carron of Scotland Weaving Mill and Selkirk. What royals are expected to attend? Other senior royals, including the Prince and Princess of Wales, will accompany the King and Queen. Their children are unlikely to attend because the service occurs on a weekday when they are still at school. Princess Anne is likely to attend, as is her husband, Vice Admiral Sir Timothy that if King Charles had a mortgage on Buckingham Palace, it would cost £14 million. King Charles' official home as the monarch is Buckingham Palace, a stately royal property on which he pays no rent or mortgage. Property experts have calculated how much a mortgage on Buckingham Palace may cost with rising interest rates. According to recent analysis by financial platform Saxo, if King Charles had a mortgage on Buckingham Palace, His Royal Highness would have to pay roughly £7 million extra per month due to interest rates reaching 5%. The firm's research projected the monthly obligations the royal family would face across various UK residences if they were to battle rising interest rates in the same way as the nation's 15 million homeowners. According to the research, Buckingham Palace would have the highest monthly mortgage repayment of £13,983,701 in 2023. This contrasts to the value of £6,995,035 in June 2018, when interest rates were at 0.75% or roughly half the value today. Buckingham Palace has 775 rooms and is extremely majestic. 52 royal and guest beds, 188 servant bedrooms, 92 offices, 78 baths, and 19 staterooms are among them. The White Drawing Room, for example, was used by the late Queen to record her annual Christmas Day speech. There's also the throne space, which is a massively elaborate space that's almost entirely red. The ballroom, which is the largest of the palace's chambers, was finished in 1855, when Queen Victoria was on the throne. According to Saxo Research, St. James's Palace faces extortionate figures, with an estimated property worth of £600 million. As a result, the royals would have to make a monthly mortgage payment of £2,169,885 on this property. This is £1,084,449 more than in June of last year, just 5 years ago. Furthermore, this is about 1,500 times more than the average monthly mortgage, which is around £737. If the royals had a mortgage, monthly payments on Windsor Castle, Kensington Palace, and Highgrove House would have more than doubled since 2018. Interest rates have risen to their highest in 15 years, making the situation difficult for many thousands around the UK, particularly those looking to borrow and apply for mortgages, said Anam Raza of financial platform Saxo. Our data reveals a greatly exaggerated problem affecting so many people, with mortgages nearly doubling in the last 5 years. According to our research, King Charles would have had to pay nearly £7 million in monthly mortgage repayments just for Buckingham Palace alone in 2018. It would be about £14 million now. This recent rate hike is designed to combat long-standing inflation, but it will affect the everyday consumer in the short term, Ens Raza noted. Those who are struggling with their finances should seek financial advice in order to make ends meet. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.